Hello, I'm Calum Di Lieto, and we are here on Burton-on-Trent to interview Katie Pearce, Head of HR and Facilities for Molson Coors. Okay, Katie, thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Pleasure, thank you very much.
And I'm loving the new bar that we're sitting in.
Good, yeah. We've took some time building our new bar, but we're very proud of it.
It looks very good. Now, initially, when I was sort of looking up the company and doing my research, I realised that innovation is a big thing for you guys. Yeah. I didn't know, but you guys came up with the first aluminium can.
That's right.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
How does this focus on innovation translate into your people processes?
Yeah, I think innovation is really important for us as a business. So we have strategic targets. So one of our strategic targets would be around innovation. And that target would be around all of our 10% of our revenue needs to come from innovation over a long-term plan. So clearly it's really important, and obviously the people element of that is critical. So we take our time making sure that the individuals we recruit have the right skills, the right capabilities, to make sure they're of that mindset and capability in the innovation team. And then once they've joined us and are within that innovation area and the wider arena in marketing and sales, we invest heavily in what we call a marketing six-pack training plan. So this is around different competencies within marketing and brands and making sure that they are, we've got an intermediate, advanced, etc. level within the competencies to make sure that individuals have the right skills and capabilities, because, as you've said, it's really critical to our long-term business.
And talking about the long-term, I guess, and more the environment side of things,
yeah.
Sustainability is another key focus for you guys. Obviously CSR and all that kind of things, yeah. Everyone always says that it drives employee engagement. Have you found that, and how so? It's
critical, actually. I think there's two things from a CSR agenda. So we have a global platform which we call our beer print, which basically talks about if you picked up a pint of beer and it left a ring there, actually how do we make that a positive beer print rather than a negative beer print? And I think that's quite a great way for employees and customers to have some engagement with sustainability and CSR agenda. So we have lots of different programs under, I guess, 4 different headings. One's around alcohol and responsible alcohol. Obviously, we're in the beer industry and we produce alcohol, so we need to make sure that we're living and breathing a responsible fashion within the industry and with our own employees. That's really important to us. The other areas are around community. So we have a long-term partnership with WizKids, for example, around making sure that we're raising money to enable children to have the right equipment that they need. That charity's been going with us for over 3 years, and we've raised £350,000 today. So, and that's a way for our employees to get engaged in a corporate charity.
Yeah.
Water, really, really important to us, because obviously you need water to make beer.
Yep.
And we need to ensure that we've got sustainable water for our long-term futures. And actually that's a really key hook for our customers, because that's really important to a lot of our customers around how do we build a sustainable long-term future. So I think all of those great platforms, it's a really great way for our employees to be engaged, but really feel and have a tangible benefit from it. So it's from small things, such as, how many times they put the dishwasher on in the kitchens, and we try and make it real with them about how much water they're saving if they only put the dishwasher on once, through to, big corporate events where we do charity days and out in the community to make sure that we're building a longer-term sustainable future for the business.
And I guess, in terms of your charity days and volunteering and things, what do you do to encourage your employees to really get involved with the community?
Yeah, so there's a few things. So we've got, so our main charity is WizKids, and we also have a charity which is in the local area about canals, which is obviously connected to the water. So we do a variety of things. I think the important thing for charities and corporate charities is that everybody has their own personal choice, and actually, even though we've decided these are our corporate charities, lots of individuals have their own personal charities that they deal with outside of work.
Yeah.
So it's important that it's not, rammed too much, and it's that balance. But we do pay schemes where we can donate through their pay slips and their pay for any charities, not just our corporate charities. So that's one way. And then we do charity days throughout the year. So we actively encourage our employees to go and do volunteering. So, obviously time off work paid to go and do volunteering. So we've got a day coming up soon where we're all sort of, it just sounds awful actually, but we're all in canals up to wellies and clearing out a canal for the water around the local area. Yeah. And recently we held a party for WizKids, so physically for the kids, did a bit of an Easter hunt and some workshops for the children, which lots of our employees volunteered to help with on the day. So I guess it's the charity money raising side. So there's lots of employees out doing the London Marathon and lots of different activities to raise money for the charities. But it's also about making sure they can volunteer their time when they want to, and if they want to.
Yeah. And, you know, you said that you give people time off to do volunteering things. What else when it comes to flexible working and having maybe working from home or working remotely and things like that? What's Molson Coors' views on that?
Yeah, so we're really flexible. So we have what we call like our core operating hours, which is 10 till 3:30. And then it's really flexible between you and your line manager to decide if you're a full-time employee, how you work your day. So, you know, do you come in early and then leave early, or do you come in later and leave later? You know, whatever works for you in your family situation. We have lots of part-time workers and, you know, flexible hours and the normal things that you would expect a company of our size to do. And then we have things where, you know, if you're having the gas man come round or, you know, you need the builder to come round, just make sure you've agreed with your line manager and it works for the team around you, and then you work from home. So most employees nowadays have got laptops, or if they haven't got laptops, the way our IT infrastructure is that there is a way that they can log on and see their emails and do all their emails from their own home PC. So, yeah, I mean, working from home is a norm here. And actually, our business continuity plans, we test once a year, and that is where we have a work away day. Right. So people have to work away from from work, and they don't come into the office to test our systems and processes to make sure, you know, if there was a fire or anything like that, the business would continue seamlessly.
And health and well-being, another important aspect for you guys. What do you do to look after your employees?
Yeah, so really important for us. So we have obviously what you normally expect from a company our size. We've got the normal healthcare schemes, and we have a process where we've got a case management team. So that team would look after you if you've got some issues, either health and you're off work, or actually you've got some issues, so bad backs, etc., and you're still at work. So a case would be made, and that case manager would be assigned to look after you and make sure that you're getting the right physio or getting the right desk support, etc., at work. And then we do a wellbeing programme every year. So next month is the vans. So the vans will go around each of the sites that we've got across the UK and Ireland. And then we'll do mini health assessments for the employees that want to. Not everybody wants to. Yeah. Where, you know, you get your blood pressure checked, your cholesterol checked, and those types of activities. And then we do other activities throughout the year. So last week the Stroke Association was here, and they were raising awareness about strokes. And so we do lots of activities like that throughout the year. Including things like Keep Fit and Get Fit. So yeah, we've got a wellbeing programme that we run across every year.
And you have a bit of an emphasis on sort of safe driving as well, is that right?
We do. Yeah, we do. Because a lot of our employees are mobile-based, as we would call it, so that means that they are physically not located to an office, they're out on the road and, you know, doing lots of business mileage, visiting all of our customers. So we do a safety programme which really calls out the need for them to making sure they're taking the right breaks at the right time. If they're feeling tired, that they pull over, making sure they're not driving for longer periods of time, that we'll obviously pay for them to stop over if it's too long a drive, weather conditions. All employees who drive business miles have to do an online assessment so that we can see what their capability is, and if it comes out as a medium risk, then they have to go out and have a drive a day. So, you know, you've got a trained specialist with you in the car practicing your driving. So, yeah, we take that really importantly.
And another way to engage employees is through development and, you know, career progression and things like that. What do you guys do to cater to that?
Yeah, so all employees are expected to have what we would call a personalised development plan, easy for me to say. And this is where the individual works with their line manager and has a plan, pretty much, says what it does on the tin, and it talks around their skills and capabilities and actually areas that they need to improve. So it could be strengths that they're really, really great at, and actually how do we continuously build on those? Or it could be skills that they haven't got or capabilities they haven't got, and how do we support them in the business to develop those skills? It talks around in that plan around what their long-term future is and where they have career aspirations. So, for example, I'm a great example of that. So I started in sales as telesales many moons ago. Won't tell you how many years ago, but quite a long time ago. And then I've worked my way through sales, and then somehow ended up in HR, and the company supported me with study, etc. And obviously now I'm at the top gig. So a really great example of how having a real personalised development plan can be brought to life every day.
Oh, that's a brilliant story. I didn't realise.
Yeah.
And SAB Miller and Molson Coors have sort of a joint venture / merger. Miller Coors tell us more about that and also what that means for your employees.
Yeah, so the Miller Coors venture was the Coors company and the Miller company, and they came together to join one joint venture, as you say. And actually, the reason for that is in America, it's given us real synergies so that we can use the same resources for one company. But what that has given us is just a lot more cash flow so that we can invest it in our brands worldwide. So I guess impact on employees is just a longer term sustainable business rather than physical impact.
Yeah. Okay, so the employees are still very separate in their own companies?
Yeah, they are, yeah. And in the UK, there is no difference for us, yeah.
Okay.
We have joint ventures all over the place. It's quite an incestual beer market.
That's all good. And finally, I mean, obviously you are a beer company.
We are.
So, you know, how does that work in terms of employees and beers and sort of social drinks and things like that?
Yeah, so we make and sell beer, so what could be more exciting than making and selling beer? So yeah, look, we do it in a responsible way.
Yeah.
That is really important for us. We have a product allowance as a benefit for all of our employees, so you can upgrade that allowance, you could have double that allowance, and then we have staff shops across the country, so you literally get points and you go in and buy beer free in those staff shops.
Brilliant.
Which is a great benefit and is very popular, as you can imagine. And then there's the social aspect, so you know, Molson Coors is a very social company, which is part of our culture and our DNA. So we have things like this bar where actually we'd have informal gatherings, so once a month our managing director Simon Cox would hold a Q&A session in here, give a small business update, and then employees are free to ask him any questions, and it's over a beer normally. So we try to encourage that sociable but responsible drinking whilst we're at work. And then obviously we have the normal things, so we have lots of team gatherings, team nights out, Christmas parties, etc., where, you know, again, we responsibly look after our brands.
Yeah, oh, that's very good. It sounds like an exciting place to be.
It is good fun.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time out to speak with us.
Pleasure.
And showing us your new bar.
Thank you.
And hope to hear more from you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.